in May. Ooh, Seven of Swords. But it's in the reverse. It's almost like a cyber attack of some kind that is thwarted. And it could be to do with another world leader that's behind it. The King of Swords is the one that did come out. I mean, it's king, could be some other leader. Knight of Pentacles, that's a very working class card, very working class.
This does still imply some harm. This could be spying. If there's anything that has to do with Gemini, is there some kind of scandal about job data? I mean, it's an earthquake between all of them. Eighth house is revenge. He's getting some kind of revenge.
Make important career predictions with Val Evans' latest book, available now.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal Revelations. I'm Astrologer Val Evans, and thanks for joining me today live and on the replay. And a special thanks to the valedictorians, the members who make this content possible. I will be joined today by Amber with Taurus Moon Tarot, and we'll be talking about how May is faring for the royal family and look at some more charts and cards. A quick reminder that subscribers can catch my show, my live show on Super Wealth on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. London time, GMT. And the replay is available for members only with no ads. We will be talking about how you can spot super wealth for yourself and how it's possible that anyone can gain great wealth, and you might not see it in your birth chart. So I'll also show you charts from billionaire and YouTube sensation Mr. Beast, Elon Musk, and Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. So stay tuned on Monday for another royal show. We can't get to all the charts today. So this one will be a bit earlier, 8 p.m. London time, since there are way too many charts. We'll talk in depth about how Camilla won the past month for the most part. But next month, not so much. So tonight at 9 p.m., gosh, so many promos, sorry. Intuitive psychic Melanie Stigler joins me in the shocking case about wife of South Carolina pastor Micah Miller, who allegedly was desperate to leave her husband and was found dead in a park in North Carolina with what was reported as a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. So this case has reached national attention across the U.S. and outrage. So I'm also promoting my new career book, and this has taken a while, but actually throughout my whole career, I've always thought about writing this career book. It's The Secret Code, and it shows you how to make astrology predictions on the job using, you guessed it, your solar return chart, among many other charts, like a job chart. It includes job charts of famous people from Olivia Rodrigo to Rudy Giuliani and Ann Curry. So I've got a link in the description box if you'd like to order an advanced PDF copy, which you'll receive this weekend. And happy weekend, by the way. I hope everybody survived the week. You're feeling good. So we are going to be looking at the month of May in solar return charts of Prince William and Prince Harry. So we're going to take a look at that. And this is Amber's handle if you want to look her up on YouTube. So before we bring her in, let's go over how to make your own prediction if you're interested in pulling your solar return chart. That was Diana. Let me see. Yeah, we're looking at Harry, or we're looking at William, Harry, and we're going to be looking at Meghan today, among other things. And here we go. This is what I was looking for. This is your solar return chart. Well, how you can pull it anyway. You go to AstroSeek, and you're going to look for the date that you turned your age or the last birthday and click on the orange link. And then you're going to click the solar only tab. So there should be no planets on the outside of your chart. So try to do that and follow along with us when we talk about the royals and their future. So I'm going to go back here. We're going to look for a second at a couple of things I saw about Diana. But before we do that, I'm going to bring in Amber and see if I can do this. Here we go. Hey, Amber, nice to see you.
Hi. Nice to see you again, too.
Wow, 7 of Swords reversed. Who knew that that was a cyber attack?
Yes, yes.
What did you think when, I mean, we knew something big was coming.
Mhm.
You pulled those cards and the chart supported it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we were expecting that it would be 3 days later.
No, it was interesting. I think when I went back and watched and you sort of identified it, I thought the timing is bizarre. I mean, we were looking at the month of May and, I didn't have any indication that it would be that quick that the news would break.
That's amazing. And then a week later, that, spying news, and they're kicking out a spy. It's crazy. So
It is
really interesting, these charts. Now, I want to take a look at something that I saw. Things are really heating up when it comes to activities of the royals right now. First of all, what came out of nowhere was, and maybe I'm reading old news, but I think that Duchess Meghan found out she was Nigerian recently. And so now she is kind of adopting, Nigeria, and they're there now, I think,
yeah.
on this tour. So that's a big, big, I
Yeah.
guess, milestone or event for her.
Yeah.
And we also saw the past few days, Harry coming over, being shunned, being accepted by Diana's family. It's just a little nutty. So I wanted to add this to, some of the charts. And this is Princess Diana's chart. So I've got a question for the chart, or for the cards.
Okay.
So for her, we can still follow along her solar return chart. It's still going. And for the month of May 1st to June 1st, interesting how all of the activity happened right as her 11th house in her solar return chart was activated. And where was it activated? It was activated in Scorpio, which represents the monarchy and revenge. So then what we would do is we would look at the Lord of the 11th house, which is Pluto right here in the second house, which is intriguing. And then we have this sextile to the third house, which is her brother. So totally makes sense that something's going on. Her brother's coming in to help. And he greeted Prince Harry with open arms at, I think it was St. George Cathedral. And on top of that, there was so much excitement that Harry was coming in. He was shocked that so many people were embracing him. In I think there were thousands, they said. I mean, hundreds is one, but thousands. So I think that's Diana energy there. But the question here is May 1st to June 1st, this Scorpio, Pluto, is activated. What else are we going to see? And is Harry the new Diana? I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying it, but looking at those pictures of him waving to the thousands of people, I thought, wow, maybe this is Diana energy. So without going on and on further, what do you think?
Well, I don't disagree that he does have the base for him in the UK still does exist. That's clear. It certainly is overshadowed in the media because that's not as interesting. If he were still holding a base or popularity or support, it wouldn't be as interesting to the media. So I'm not surprised at the support of Diana's family with the boys or with Harry. Oh, Queen of Wands. Well, that's interesting. So we want to ask about the month of May to June.
Okay.
And you're asking about Harry specifically, or with...
I think when it comes to, maybe we should direct it to Diana. What is Diana up to this month?
Ooh, Ace of Swords. That's
Ooh.
a lot of clarity and information and truth. There's a lot of truth surrounding the Ace of Swords. The Queen of Wands could be her. The Empress in reverse.
Sorry.
That is interesting. That's a feminine energy that is not in their best way. They are not in their best light. This might actually be to do with Megan.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. One more there. 10 of Cups, their family.
Okay.
And the 8 of Cups just sort of side flipped. That's the walking away card. I think this is something to do with Megan. Either something, revealed about her, some kind of truth about her. I don't think it has to do with heritage. I don't see a card like that related to the Nigerian, connection. But something about, do we always, the Tower.
Whoa. Okay. I've got something for you when it comes to that.
That is Pluto right there.
Is the Tower Pluto?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh my God. So,
And
yeah.
Harry on the bottom of the deck. This is always now the Invictus Games. It's the Wounded Warrior card.
Yes.
So with the Death card underneath, another Scorpio card. I have chills.
Okay. Thank you, Kathy, for the clarification. Great to see everyone in chat. And thank you so much, Psychic Roberto. I know it's early for you in South Africa, so thanks for joining us. And of course, all of my loyal chatters, Angel D, Astronaut Kim, Shelly, Sue Anthony, Heather, Amy, and Losing Brain Cells. So, all right, so let me add this. I have something about Megan that's very interesting, but let's keep this in mind about Pluto, because there's some scorpionic energy all from May 1st to June 1st, according to Diana's solar return chart. And of course, the solar return chart is 1 year revolution of the sun, and the way you calculate it is you just put in your birth date and the year, and it all calculates automatically in AstroSeek. And so you can see actual month-to-month predictions, even if it's somebody who's passed, which is kind of crazy. Okay. So we've got, like I said, we actually have Prince Harry's chart. He goes his 11th house. Isn't that weird? Same thing for Prince William. Between April 21st and May 21st, that goes into Scorpio. So pretty much we're into Scorpio right now. We're at the end of his month there. Then we've got Harry, April 15th to May 15th, at the end of that month to 8th house. So Scorpio house there. And that Saturn for him would oppose Mercury. So Saturn represents a father, and opposing Mercury, not speaking to father. I believe in his chart, Saturn also represents Camilla. And so she's in the mix here. And in one of their viewpoints, Harry's, she's causing a problem, I think. And then we have Duchess Megan. So she is... she's in the middle of hers. That's not actually the house that she's in yet, but May 4th to April 4th. Okay. And then, of course, we have to talk about Princess Kate. So we're going to hold off for a second on Duchess Megan. And we've got Princess Kate here. This is her solar return chart. Can we draw a card for Princess Kate? I want to find out if the card supports the chart, because as of May 9th to June 9th, she has some good aspects here. Saturn is here, which can represent a father, something very famous that is very successful is about to activate. between, so that started yesterday. And her husband, Prince William, always represented by Jupiter in her chart this year, Jupiter and Aries. They're all together doing something family-like. And I think we might, with all that energy, I can only assume that we're going to see her. But I don't think it's going to last long. It's going to be till June 9th, and then some trouble happens. We've got a square there with Neptune, and I think she's going to have to repeat what she had to repeat the last time with, all these claims of fraud and another photo and a video goes wrong and all this stuff. It looks like that energy is kind of repeating itself in June. But let's just focus on her fifth house, which is May 9th to June 9th. I'm getting some good vibes. Like, what do you think?
Yes, as you asked the question initially, and I was hearing what you said about the chart, the Sun card came out. And, we know that this is the happy card of the deck. But in addition, it's the physical body, it's the vitality. And this is a very positive thing to come up in the reverse. And with the Page of Wands, that's like a little dribble of news, just a little nugget of news related to health and vitality. With the Fool on the bottom and the Star, these are all very positive. This is good news, good information. Surrounding her, maybe starting over something with the Fool. That could be something, trying something different, but it's all very positive. It's all very positive.
That's amazing.
I
love it.
Yeah.
I love when they're in sync,
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, so we can almost bet that Catherine has some good weeks coming up. She deserves it. And she's had a really tough, it's May. It's been a tough year so far. Give her some oxygen here. Here's my question to you. Between May 15th and June 15th, I see a really nice Neptune aspect between Uranus and Pluto. That is huge. Lots of pictures. So he's doing something and it's in the news and it's fast. It might be IT. It might be an idea that he has. It might be technology. This is good. This right here. But now we've got this Chiron. And Chiron is, I think this might be in June. I know it's May predictions, but for his 9th house, there's something that really seems, it hurts him a lot. When you have Chiron and there's an opposition in your chart, you're going to have a lot of pain. And the pain is coming from his brother. It seems the 3rd house would be a brother or brotherly type of energy. So I'd like to know, I think it might be a buildup of him doing his own thing. His image is of royal, material. So basically the whole world is kind of seeing him being this diplomat, but there's some problems. So I'm wondering, what is Prince William up to? Is he going to do something that has to do with the press? Maybe is there a leak? What's going on?
Well, the first card that comes out is Pisces.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So the first card, High Priestess, which is really about ancestral things. And this can also sometimes for me be a Diana card, but more often for me, this is about wounds, like generational wounds that need to be healed. So that was interesting. And then it's Pisces. But I want to clarify what this is. Yeah, it's a reunion.
Okay. A reunion.
Get another clarifier here. Someone is on the fence about it. But it comes together. 3 of Pentacles. That's very interesting. So there could be a period of potential connection between the brothers. They could actually meet. They could. Wow. There's someone who's, has been in this indecisive place, just not having, any decision in place, but it moves from it's surrounded by 3s, which is a group collaborating, getting together. 3 of Pentacles could be.
I get worried about that Chiron though. And Chiron means to get hurt.
Mhm.
Is there any, and third house could be, hurt your hand, could be, something that has to do with you walking, but he could just trip and fall. I wonder, is there any kind of threat to his bodily harm? And this would be between May 15th to June 15th, probably in early June.
I think it's actually nothing to do with anything physical. Every card is showing me that it's emotional.
Okay.
Page of Cups in reverse is a lack of emotion, a lack of apology. It's definitely not a good thing. And followed right behind that with the Three of Swords, which is heartache. It's like
Oh, okay.
brokenhearted over that.
So interesting. And let's see if Chiron is in Aries, that can mean also being, it's definitely having to do with third house. So this is someone who could even be saying something angry to the press. He could be lashing out about something in early June, and this is Prince Harry. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but it certainly seems like something major is coming out in the press when it comes to Prince Harry, and something Aries related. Could be military. Could be that he's angry about maybe this latest mod, cybersecurity. You thought that he might be in the middle of something last time. Yeah.
Yeah. This is when, as soon as you said he's angry about something, the Five of Swords comes out. And when you said big, several cards I noticed, it was a lot of major arcana cards, but both of these are very Sagittarius, temperance, getting things back into balance and, sort of creating stability and, coming out of a place of being very off your feet. But the World card, is it something that plays out? This to me too, Sagittarius is the press. It's the ninth house card. And then the World is on the world stage, or it just means it's big. It's like everyone will see this, whatever it is. And it is words. That's definitely words. Hurtful words.
Hurtful words. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you just have to get through to that next house to June 15th, and then it's a whole different energy. June 15th to July 15th, a big month for Prince Harry, but we'll have to get to that on another show. We've got let's see. We've got Prince William's chart. This is a solar return chart. We have him still between April 21st. We've got 11 more days to go with him being in this 11th house of friends, humanitarian types of things, the future. And it looks like he is doing pretty well because of the grand trine that he's got there. Let's see. Let me show you. I've got this blue grand trine. This could be, here's dad here. And, he's giving him something, I guess a title or whatever he's doing. So this is really good news for him. He's having a great month. There's nothing like, feeling like you're validated by dad, which he is. And so that's really good for him. But couple of things I see. Number one, you can't help but see this T square for Prince William in his solar return chart. And this will be at least 3 months where he's affected by this, which is really, it can be very frustrating. And so the media, the sun, is what rules his ninth house. And so the media is causing him a lot of pain this year, obviously. But what is going on there with that sun and all of this? I think it's just the media squaring Neptune is just constantly claiming conspiracies, or they're trying to get photos and they can't. Okay, now here is what I have for Prince William. I think that there might be some kind of attempt by Prince William, and I mentioned it a little bit before with Prince Harry, either from the press or by Prince William. His 11th house, his month is ruled by Libra. Okay.
Mhm.
Venus is up here right on the cusp of the 10th or the ninth house of press. It's in Leo. So bullying. I think, and I know that this is big, but I shouldn't say what I think. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question of the cards.
Yeah.
Is is Prince William going to bully Harry through the press?
Mm.
There's some bullying energy.
Okay. Let's see. This is
Allegedly, yes, Angel D. Thank you, Angel D. Well, the kingdom, they kind of kicked me out. And so that's why you can see I'm at the edge now. I'm no longer in the palace. But
yes.
I got the chair as a parting gift. So tech
This is
oneself.
interesting energy. I don't think I've ever said this, at least not in our readings that we've, shared together. There's almost a block in that answer.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it feels like, the only card that I could really get out was the Four of Pentacles, which is very reserved and very held back. It's almost like, I don't know why there's not an answer to that question.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be the fact that he's holding back, which he did with the Invictus Games, as part of this nefarious attempt to just no support. So that's a possibility.
Okay, so the last card that did flip right when you said it is that Knight of Swords again, which is very angry words. It's very explosive, sort of, you just pop off. And with the holdback, I think of people I know that sort of bottle everything up and then it just like comes out in the worst way. If they're known to be very reserved and have a lot of decorum, this is not having any decorum or filter.
Oh, okay. So some word might be cutting. We haven't seen any swords though, right? About cutting.
The Knight of Swords.
Oh, that's the Knight of Swords. Oh my God.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the swords, anytime we see a swords card, it's negative?
No, they just represent thoughts and words. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, and interesting how Venus in Prince William's solar return chart, that's Kate, that's Princess Catherine. And so it's all up there. Black Moon Lilith represents disease too. So it's not always nefarious, ugly things. Sometimes it's a disease. So she's tied up in there with that. Interesting how Uranus represents Harry, the third house ruler, and in a huge square to this little group here in the ninth house. So there is a group in the ninth house that wants something to go a certain way in the press, but Harry he's throwing a bomb on it. I don't know exactly what it is, but looks like it might be coming. Now, quickly, Duchess Meghan Markle. Now we have her from April 4th. Isn't it interesting that April 4th to May 4th, she's in the news with all of her new projects. But now it's May 10th. I guess they landed in Nigeria May 9th. So now she's in the 10th house. The 10th house month is the month for all to see. And it's a great example of the fact that you don't need planets in a house to activate anything. You just have to look at the ruler of the house. And for her, it's going to be Mercury. So it's right here. But here is going back to what you said earlier on, and you had immediately said something about Duchess Meghan. She's got good news when it comes to her husband. Her husband's Jupiter. This is Prince Harry. And yet there is, look at this opposition here. So I think between May 4th and June 4th, She's got daddy problems, and Saturn retrograde is a father that could be her significant other's father in the seventh, could be her own father, but somebody is saying something mean to her. Saturn is mean when there's an opposition with Mercury, combined with Mars is very angry. So this, I think, might have something to do with her being told to stop something. They're like, absolutely not. You're not doing that. It could be, I think that she's going to be talking with some politicians in Nigeria. It might not even have anything to do with that, but it's going to be something where it doesn't sound very good to her. Thankfully, she has an amazing trine to Jupiter in Taurus, which means her husband and lots of wealth. So that's good news. And a lot of good things that are coming. You can see some really good pictures of her in Nigeria right now. So that's always nice.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Let's see. I switched decks. I think I want to do this info about Megan in a different deck. Let's see. Earlier, it did come out with the Empress in reverse, which I did read as her. The Star in reverse. That is about, sort of a dream falling flat.
Okay.
High Priestess again. That's Two of Cups in reverse. That's a breakup of a relationship, but it doesn't mean romantic necessarily. There is a break in a relationship. Let's see who it is. The Three of Cups in reverse. So the Three of Cups with Harry was in the upright, like a reunion. This is like not happening. There's something not happening. Two of Swords. This could have to do with her family. Like a fight with her sister, perhaps. Could it be a sister?
Maybe.
I don't know. This looks more like sibling.
Thank you so much, Joyce Doyle. She's getting shut down.
It does not go her way. Yeah, I just got Justice in reverse. It does not go her way.
She's excited about something, and it's all like coming together, and the gauntlet comes down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this is what you get. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like she's trying to do anything nefarious to me. She's going to see people who she feels she recognizes and identifies with. Ooh, it looks, now Mercury also is 2. So this could be 2 men here, 2 workers. So you can also have 2 workers who are saying something, maybe, or King Charles's aides or something, or doing something. But if for the most part, it's that fatherly energy. Foreign father would be Pisces. It could be her father too, though.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of half and half for her. She looks great there with that 9th house. Okay. So let's see. I guess I just want to look at some cards for the rest of the month. What we can expect when it comes to just the UK. Could we pull something there?
Yes, for the month of May. Let's see. Won't say anything until we clarify this, but the Three of Swords came out again. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is a slowdown. Queen of Wands. Again, that came out earlier. And I didn't say what I thought at the time, but let me clarify. Walking away. 8 of Cups. What is this? Tower. I mean, literally, I cannot with this card. I can't. Earlier, when the Queen of Wands came out in my initial read, there was a spread and I put it away. I should have waited, but it almost has this interesting other woman vibe to me. The Queen of Wands generally to me can represent the other woman. With the heartbreak, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Tower, the relationship thing. There's like a breakdown of, and a lot of those 3 cards. I'm just like verbal,
Yeah,
mess
go for it.
here. But it's like there's three's a crowd, and that doesn't have to be romantic, right? It could be just three's a crowd in general. If it's,
Yes.
there's something where there's a feminine energy that's in the way.
Interesting. I think it's Camilla. I think
Yeah,
Camilla's coming in. She's going to do her best, but she doesn't have a great next solar return month, which I'm going to talk about on Monday. That's a whole other can of worms. But here is a picture of Harry and Meghan living their best lives. They're walking hand in hand, talking about critical health care, which would be Pisces. So that's interesting. The Gene Co Foundation. And their connection is on full display there. So I'm sorry, but I'm getting vibes from when they were in Africa when they first got married. And I hope that it's not activating that same ire from the royal family. So I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So we will see. Tech Oneself, I'm happy for them. They look great. Thank you so much, Tech Oneself. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a horary, and I want to know what this tower is about. We've been getting the tower quite a bit. And I figured, well, I mean, they've already, London or England or the UK, they've already had this, it's really England, cybersecurity disaster. Was it a second or third attempt there to get military personnel data? And it seems as if there was some damage there.
Yeah.
So we had that as a potential tower moment. I'm going to ask it, let's see, what is the tower card? What are we looking at here? It's kind of like, for those who don't know what a horary chart is, it's kind of just like pulling a card where the universe answers a question. I'm afraid I'm going to have to put this into my presentation. Sorry to make so many wows, but my God, I'm getting a lot of 8th house stuff. This is revenge. And I don't know if anybody saw, I watched it with one eye open, but I saw the Tom Brady roast that was on Netflix, is on live. I mean, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't even admit that I did. But for Boston, I mean, it was tame. What came out of it was revenge. Revenge, a lot of things came out. But wasn't it interesting at the very end of that? It was a live event. They gave him a ring, and the ring was his 8th ring. 8. Interesting how there was 8 there. Something is stuck. And we've got Libra, which is beauty. We've got relationships, angry relationships. This is the South Node. This is trying to get rid of a relationship, and they can't. And they're really upset about it. Why really upset? Because Mars is angry. North Node is angry on gasoline, and and there's a T-score. So there's just butting heads left and right. 8th house, finances. The more that Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan are in a fractured relationship, the more they have independence to do what they want, and the more it affects the royal family negatively. So it only does the royal family good to bring them back to try to control them some way. In my opinion. But this is a huge collection of planets. These are people in the 8th house. I think this is the firm. This is the monarchy. And somebody loses their head. It's all on Algol. There is somebody here, Saturn here seems to be successful somehow. And that's the 4th house here. This is the people. the working, maybe the working class. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're talking about something that's further than the royal
Mhm.
family. What I would do is I would look at part of fortune and I would say, okay, well, who seems to be successful? There's an amazing, amazing
Mhm.
grand trine with Saturn, which is time. It is the past. It is a father. It is stability. So somehow somebody is keeping something stable. But these people here, you know what this is? This this is Israel.
Mm.
I wonder if this has to do with Israel. There's something that's going to affect them. This is the tower. This is
Mm.
Palestine and Israel, I think, because Taurus is the Jewish culture,
Mhm.
the Jews. Um, Now, a lot of stuff is going to be on video, and that's right on the sheet.
Mhm.
So, not to be a doomsday or anything, but if we want to know what the tower is, we're pulling a horary and we're looking and seeing that it's a stellium of planets, which is a really good clue in any of our charts of
Mhm.
what to look at. It's going to be this. It might be a protest, but it seems as if there's a lot of people. Look at this. Look at Pluto here. This
Yeah.
is a huge amount of people. This could be people. Could this be people storming the castle, the palace?
Is Uranus at 22 up
Yes.
there?
And
Mm.
Jupiter is at 26.
Yeah.
Heads are rolling. This looks concerning to me.
Yeah. I think those were good insights. Let me think about how we should ask this.
Okay.
I will ask the same question. What is the tower?
The chart is a horary. We're just asking a question basically. What is the tower?
Wow. And you said Israel is ruled by Taurus.
Mhm.
This is the card of Taurus. The Empress is the major arcana for Taurus. And the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, which is a long time burden, and then the 7 of Wands in reverse, and the 6 of Wands in reverse. I almost read this as a laying down of someone is laying down the sword. There's like defeat. There's a defeat of some kind with
Okay.
this 6 of Wands in reverse. King of Wands in reverse right underneath of that. You know how it kind of reads is a battle followed by a white flag. Someone throws a white flag. That would be pretty
Okay.
outrageous, but I'm seeing that with like someone standing down in some way.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Saturn often shows that that's security. So security is successful. If there's anything that has to do with, look at this Aries there. This is groups of people, Mercury. I'm sure they're battening down the hatches around the palace, but they better start working around the clock in
Mhm.
these next couple of weeks. Not to scare or anything, but I'm looking at this horary that says that there's something that has to do with people who are angry and they are about to explode.
Yeah.
And why? Because we've got all of this Taurus energy right now. This is going to go away. This is classic hating Jews energy. We saw the same thing when, it was World War II. We hope to see you again next Friday. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens when it comes to our clues and hopefully everything the day is saved. It looks like it will be. I like to look at Saturn. Saturn tends to put a stop. It's the break.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's pretty successful here. So let's just get to June, I guess, right?
Yes. That's what we can hope for. Yes. Saturn is a good stabilizer sometimes when
That's
needed.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
Sometimes we need Saturn. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks again, and we'll see you next
Yeah.
time.
Okay.